time to kill. XP, we're breaking the mold. Special guests, stories untold. Unfiltered truth, no hidden clues. No suit and tie, it's all for you. Out of the newsroom, into the light. No suit and tie, it's feeling right. Unscripted moments, the host is scary. On Next News Network, we never vary. On YouTube, we're streaming live. On Rumble, the chat is alive. On X, we're trending high. And mainstream media's dead, and we are why. Millions of followers, hear us out. Seen all over the world, there's no doubt. We are the future, shining bright. Join the raw feed every night. Out of the newsroom, into the light. No suit and tie, it's feeling right. Unscripted moments, the host is scary. On Next News Network, we never vary.
Good evening, Patriots, and welcome to the show that makes the political establishment quake in their overpriced loafers. I'm Gary Franchi, and tonight we're not just breaking news, we are shattering the entire narrative. But before we dive in, I need you to do something right now. Fire up that chat. I want to see it lighting up like the 4th of July. And while you're at it, grab your phones and share this stream. Text it, tweet it, post it to every social network you've got, because trust me, what you're about to hear, the mainstream media doesn't want getting out. Now imagine a world where the GOP finally grows a spine, drops a 292-page impeachment bomb on Joe Biden, only to realize they've just gift-wrapped the presidency for Kamala Harris. Brilliant move, right? And those moving vans outside the White House, let's just say someone might just be preparing for a hasty exit. But that is just the warm-up act. We've got exclusive footage that'll make your patriotic heart soar. Yours truly, along with radio legend Mancow, igniting a firestorm of freedom at the Save the American Dream rally. It happened just yesterday. It's the kind of raw, unfiltered truth that sends career politicians scrambling for their spin doctors. And just when you thought it couldn't get any better, wait until you see Ben Berquam schooling protesters in the art of love. It's a masterclass in turning the other cheek. And no, I'm not talking about the ones in Washington. Meanwhile, in the Windy City, the Democrat National Convention is whipping up a perfect storm of leftist lunacy. We've got the inside scoop, and let me tell you, it is not for the faint of heart. From Trump's social media conquest to the DNC's bizarre rituals, we're covering it all, and we're asking the questions that'll keep you up at night. Is this all part of some grand, twisted plan? And more importantly, are you ready for what comes next? So if you're looking for pre-approved talking points and softball interviews, you've come to the wrong place. But if you want the unvarnished, uncomfortable truth about the state of our nation, stick around and keep the chat buzzing. The next few hours could change everything you thought you knew about American politics. So buckle up, Patriots. It's going to be a wild ride, and we need you along for every second of it. Let's show the establishment what real grassroots power looks like. Now let's check in with everybody who is watching live with us right now. Jeremy, Lori, Steven in the house. We've got our Boyd and Dave and Slane and Deb and Bella and Eric and Mike. Patriot 1776, Lizette, Eagle Eye 07, Fly for Us. Val is in the house. We got James in the house. Roll me one Kenobi's in the house. Sue Gordon is here. We've got CKSU in the house. Jessica is here. Yes, we do have to save this country. Ashley is here. We've got Laura. We've got Polly. We've got Kenzie and Justin and Trav, and Texas Treat is here. Mannequin Wizard is in the house. Ruby Tuesday is here. Alaya is here as well. Cindy and Mike. Everybody, wherever you're watching from, type it into the chat room. Whether, your city, your state, your country, wherever you are watching from, because it helps us get a good idea about the reach of this program, because we are worldwide. Millions of people tune into this network all the time, and you are some of the lucky few who get to actually see it all happen in real time and interact with the other subscribers on this channel. If you're not a subscriber yet, go ahead, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you know exactly when we go live. So much to uncover tonight, and I'm excited to get into it. And at the end of the show, we got something really special for you. I'm actually going to be going live on Mancow's live show. So immediately following this show, it's going to redirect you directly to Mancow's live stream. And that's going to be at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. So we've got a lot of news to cover between now and then. So let's jump right into it, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, the GOP has finally decided to play hardball, or so they think. A 292-page report alleging impeachable offenses by Joe Biden has just hit Washington like a wet firecracker. But here's the kicker. Is this too little too late? Or worse, are these political geniuses inadvertently paving the way for a Kamala Harris presidency? Buckle up, folks, because this story is wilder than you could imagine. Now listen up. While Washington plays impeachment roulette, smart Americans are safeguarding their wealth with gold. Why? Well, our national debt has skyrocketed past $36 trillion, and the U.S. dollar is on shaky ground. Enter Global Gold Investments, America's leading conservative precious metals dealer. They're offering a 5-year IRA fee waiver program on qualified rollovers, so don't wait for the political musical chairs to stop. Call that number you see on the screen, 888-700-4148, for your free portfolio analysis and the 2024 Insure Your Money Guide. Mention Next News for VIP treatment, or visit IRAGoldproof.com, because when the political house of cards falls, you'll want your finances to be built on solid ground. Now let's jump right into it. We've got a Fox News breaking news story. Let's just get right to that point, because even Mr. Reagan says, wow, they may actually remove Biden just in time for an October surprise. Remove Biden and install Kamala as the first woman president. The optimistic me hopes he goes to prison. The cynic thinks this is another gimmick to help Kamala. Let's see how Fox News framed this breaking story.
This is a Fox News alert. All new this morning, House Republicans finding President Biden and his family received more than $27 million from foreign individuals and entities since 2014. Lawmakers call it an impeachable conduct. Brooke Singman is in Chicago with this story. Brooke, good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, Ainsley. I obtained a copy of this 292-page report from House Republicans. They're on the House Oversight, Judiciary, and Ways and Means committees, and they've been leading this impeachment inquiry against President Biden for months. So they said their investigation found that President Biden engaged in impeachable conduct and said he abused his office and, quote, defrauded the United States to enrich his family. Republicans revealed that since 2014, the Biden family and its associates received more than $27 million from foreign individuals and entities. They also found that while Biden was serving as vice president, the Biden family got more than $8 million in loans from Democratic benefactors, and they say those loans have not been repaid. So this report says, in part, quote, as vice president, President Biden actively participated in a conspiracy by, among other things, attending dinners with his family's foreign business partners and speaking to them by phone, often when being placed on speakerphone by Hunter
Yawn.
Biden. Republicans are calling out a 2014 dinner that Hunter Biden and his father attended with a Russian oligarch. After that dinner, the oligarch wired $3.5 million to Hunter Biden's firm. Now, this report says, quote, several witnesses testified that Hunter Biden invoked his father in business dealings with Romanian, Chinese, Kazakhstani, and Ukrainian companies, resulting in millions of dollars flowing to the Biden family. They're also calling out Biden for his handling of classified documents. House Republicans are now calling for Biden to be impeached. Ainsley.
All right.
What a joke. What an absolute joke this is. Well, we got 5 months left, pretty much, until the end of Joe Biden's administration. And now they're finally coming forward. Well, thank you, GOP, for finally coming through. We've only been wanting this for how many years? How many reports have we done on the Biden crime family and all the impeachment proceedings and blah, blah, blah? I mean, hell, I got to give the Democrats credit. They got Trump impeached twice. And the second one took them just a couple days. These guys? Seriously? And what happens next? Oh, great, we get to impeach. We impeach Joe Biden. And then now we've just anointed Kamala Harris as the president of the United States, the first woman president. Oh, believe me, the honeymoon period that we're hoping would wane is only going to intensify if this, in fact, goes through. Now, do they have the votes in the Senate to make it happen? Nah, I don't think so. This is just more political theater. But the reality is that they're way too late to the party. And it's embarrassing. It is shameful that this is finally happening right in the middle of the DNC, day one. Give me a break. Let's take a look at some of the reaction on Mr. Reagan's tweet of this very message of this Fox News report. Looks like he's got a new video out on why on his YouTube channel he explains their plan. Great meme. Of course, we've got Trump tweeting this picture earlier today. We've got more on that later. Let's see. Okay, so here is the actual tweet that came out from the Oversight Committee. Today, we're releasing our report. This is just a joke to me. This is an absolute joke. Today, we're releasing our report on the impeachment inquiry of President Biden, finding he committed impeachable offenses. The evidence produced by our impeachment inquiry is the strongest case for impeachment of a sitting president the House of Representatives has ever investigated. Americans now know Joe Biden was the brand the Biden sold around the world to enrich the Biden family, and Joe Biden knew of, benefited from, and participated in his family's influence peddling schemes. Our report details evidence to establish President Biden abused his office, violated his oath of office as vice president by engaging in a conspiracy to peddle influence to enrich his family, blah, 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 blah. We've been hearing these talking points for years. And you got, 5 months left? And you're going to pull this trigger now? 200 pages? We're downloading it now. Let's see. Wow, it's a 31.47 megabyte PDF. That's a big one. Do we dare even? Okay, fine. Let's open it up. Let's open it up here. Here it is. Executive summary. The Constitution of the United States entrusts the House of Representatives with the sole power of impeachment. It just goes on and on. How many pages is this? 200. Wow. 290. Oh, so let's just jump to the conclusion, shall we? Joe Biden has exhibited conduct and taken action that the founders sought to guard against in drafting the impeachment provisions in the Constitution: abuse of power, foreign entanglements, corruption, and obstruction of investigations into these matters. The committee's investigative work has revealed that the Biden family, with the full knowledge and cooperation of President Biden, engaged in global influence peddling racket from which they made millions of dollars. The Biden family's influence peddling was vast and involved entities and individuals from some of America's greatest adversaries, such as China and Russia. No surprise. Again, I think this is just way too little, too late, guys. You are late to the party. Laura Loomer asking the question, ask yourself why the House GOP only revealed this information after Biden decided not to run again. It's clear the House GOP has been running cover for Joe Biden. All GOP oversight members are on vacation until September 9th. They have 13 working days once they get back until the election. Yeah, nothing's going to happen here. Ground News reporting House Republicans released 291-page report alleging President Joe Biden committed impeachable offenses. Some of the headlines. Republicans accuse Biden of impeachable conduct. GOP-led committees release Biden impeachment report without formally recommending the House move forward with impeachment. That's a CNN headline. Without formally recommending the House move forward? So what's the point? More waste of time in Washington, D.C. Republicans accuse Biden of impeachable conduct in long-awaited report. That was on the Hill. Fox News, Biden committed impeachable conduct, defrauded the United States to enrich his family, according to a House GOP report. Put me to sleep. There's nothing here. There's nothing to get excited over. In fact, yeah, I want to go to bed now. Because this is all a bunch of garbage being presented. I'm not happy, as you can tell. But a curious thing has shown up at the White House. Everyone's talking about this. Simon Ateba, just in 4 hours ago. What are your thoughts on the U-Haul moving trucks at the Biden White House today? There you have it. Are they getting ready to move out? Is Kamala getting ready to move in? Is this the October surprise to anoint Kamala Harris as the first female president? Is Joe Biden going to step down? Because that's what a lot of people are saying. There's a lot of people saying that Joe Biden's going to step down right before the election, giving Kamala the first female president, making her the incumbent, extending that honeymoon. The elation, the delirium is going to continue to spread through the Democrat Party. And all the people who are watching mainstream media, they're going to celebrate this fact, not even recognizing the reality that she was never even voted for in the primary to be the nominee. This is an absolute coup d'etat. This is a communist coup d'etat wrapped in the American flag, my friends. Make no mistake. An unelected Democrat nominee ascends to the top of the ticket. And if Joe Biden steps down, making her the first female vice president, extending that honeymoon, the delirium spreads, the people vote for her, they close the gap on the polling, steal the election, mail-in ballots, monkeypox. That's worst case scenario, of course. Stay tuned. We have some other reports that indicate some polls are shifting in a positive direction for the Trump movement. But what do you make of this? What do you make of this U-Haul truck? I mean, who brings a U-Haul truck to the White House? I mean, could it just be for an event? Maybe they're renting some folding chairs, and the company is bringing in some chairs and some equipment for an event. I mean, to me, that would seem to be the most logical reason why you would see a U-Haul truck. It's not uncommon for rental companies to use these types of things. But is it a moving van? It's not a very large one, but it could be the start of something else. And there appears to be somebody in that shot with a ladder. Unknown. There's 1,000 comments on this piece. 1,000 comments. Let's see what people are actually, what other people are saying. Liberal media. He's starting to pack up. It's a wrap. Game over. Many former Democrats are leaving. He will resign so Kamala can pardon him. They're pulling a Clinton move, stealing the China furniture and other valuables on the way out. You know, it's funny. That's what I thought too. The first thing I thought. Just like what Hillary did. Stealing the China. Getting Hunter's stash moved to a storage unit. Finalizing the coup. Well, this administration has stolen everything else from the American people, so who knows? Getting his documents after hearing the impeachment. Yeah. Perhaps Biden will announce tonight that he's stepping down. You just witnessed a coup. Abe Froman, the sausage king of Chicago. You just witnessed a coup. Biden's declassifying documents for his new book and then moving them out to Delaware. Yes, we did just witness a coup. But we have to stop the coup. You have the power to do that. Or maybe he's clearing out the vaults, says Abe Froman. The GOP waited until Biden was out of the race to drop this report. It's shameful. He's not going back after the speech. He won't step foot in there again beyond lame duck. Unbelievable. We have to stand for this, a rudderless ship with control handed off to others, unprecedented and dangerous. Stealing and hiding evidence. Facts matters. Kamala is moving in to boost her presidential image. You know it's true. The switcheroo ruse has gone off so well after Democrats leapfrogging over 14 million primary voters. So why not install Kamala? Nah. Who's going to stop it? Who's going to stop it? They've done everything right in our faces this entire time. Don't expect the GOP to step up and do anything about it. They are 3 years too late. They're bringing classified documents to Biden's garage. Someone didn't pay rent for 2 months. The party said it's time to go. The propagandists fell in line, and Joe got walked out. That's from the Oversight Project. They do great work. He's moving out, carrying off the Biden cash, loading up classified docs, loading bricks for Chicago. Yeah. Trump girl, 21 Texas. My thoughts, Biden won't be back after the DNC convention. They're boxing up all the top secret classified info, taking it to Obama's library, throwing away the key, never to be seen again. Kamala will be installed as president, and something will happen to where they'll deprive us of an election. This is what everyone's saying. This is what I'm saying. I didn't even have to read those tweets to project what I believe is about to happen. So to recap here, yes, we've got GOP finally growing a spine, sort of, bringing out this impeachment. Yeah, this is embarrassing. The House of Representatives, whatever, 3 million hits on that. So as this political soap opera unfolds, one thing is crystal clear. We're watching a high-stakes game of chess, and the American people are the pawns. But here's what keeps me up at night. The moving vans? Spotted outside the White House? Is someone preparing for a hasty exit, or is a event planner just bringing in some folding chairs? Or is this just another act in the grand political theater? The next move could change everything, and I mean everything about the future of our republic. So what do you think is really going on here? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because in times like these, your voice matters now more than ever. So stay tuned, Patriots, because this story is far from over. All right, folks, what do you guys think? This is just ridiculous. As soon as I saw that headline today, I could not believe it. I'm like, what do you guys, day one of the DNC? Let's see, these two-faced, okay. More fencing, says Louise. I can't imagine a President Walz if there's a double cross if Biden is kicked out and Kamala is temporarily president after that, then Kamala booted out after that. The DNC is going to be wild. Yes, Jeremy, we got some news on that coming up. Politicians covering for other politicians die not to die. Roll me one Kenobi says they're moving in Kamala's commie flags. Nancy says Biden is moving classified documents out of the White House, and his impeachment BS should have been done after Biden stole the 2020 election. 100% agree. Is Joe Biden even alive? Yeah, I think he is. The real Mendez, he says, I hope Joe does not give up the presidency and hand the keys to Kamala. Nothing would shock me at this point. Nothing would shock me at all. My darling angel. This is good. This is good. She says, boxes of votes. Yeah, they're just getting ready. Getting ready for election night. Oh, man. Okay, let's get into our next story. I think you'll enjoy this one. You'll get a chance to see me outside of this environment. Well, Patriots, what you're about to see will make the mainstream media's heads spin. While the political elite were busy playing chess with our future, something extraordinary was happening in McHenry County, Illinois. Thousands gathered to save the American dream with yours truly, and radio legend Mancow lighting a fire of freedom that's spreading faster than the DNC can contain it. But here's the real question. Is this the spark that ignites a political revolution or just the beginning of something even bigger? Now pay attention. While we're rallying to save the American dream, there's another dream you need to protect, your financial future. Just as patriots are flocking to our cause, central banks are rushing to gold. Why? Well, they see what's coming. Our national debt has exploded to $36 trillion, and the dollar's on thin ice, but here is your lifeline. Global Gold Investments are offering a 5-year IRA fee waiver program on qualified rollovers. Call that number on the screen, 888-700-4148, right now for your free portfolio analysis. Actually, do it after the show, or write it down. You also get a 2024 Insure Your Money Guide. Mention Next News for VIP treatment, or just visit IRAGoldproof.com. You will find it linked in the description below. Now, let's get into the rally. I met a viewer there. His name was Eric. He gave me some insider information on the DNC activities. Thanks, Eric. Great to meet you. He said, Gary, I've been watching you from the beginning. So, you know what? I really do love meeting viewers. It warms my heart when people come up and they say, hey, man, I watch your stuff. I share your stuff. Thank you for everything you do. I don't get out much, to be honest with you. Like, I'm really contained to the 4 walls of the studio and my family. So when I get out and I can meet people and shake their hand and just look them in the eye, it's a beautiful moment. So let's jump into this before we get into, okay, so this is how the rally kicked off. I was actually just pulling in to the rally and I saw this overhead. Wow. God bless America. That was Mancow had posted that brilliant start to the rally. That was 20 hours ago. And Charlie Kirk spoke as well. Mark Weiermuller posting this. This is just a taster of
back here. You guys can sit if you want. I was telling Gary, Illinois will always be my home. And it is such a tragedy what they've done to this state. What they have done to Illinois, they want to bring to the rest of this country. And it might feel as if, oh, there's nothing we can do here in Illinois. There's no difference that we can make. By the end of this event, I want all of you to leave with conviction and energy, saying that not only can we take back this country, but we'll take back the Midwest, and we will take back Illinois from J.B. Pritzker.
So that was Charlie Kirk. And then Ben Berquam, a pleasant surprise. He was there, and I bumped into him. He's actually at the DNC now. In fact, I forwarded when I met Eric in the parking lot of the event, he told me some of the staging grounds, massive military presence at the DNC. So I forwarded that information on to Ben because I know Ben's on the ground there with Real America's Voice. So, but what he decided to do, and I saw these protesters as we were leaving, just a handful of them. There was just, maybe 4 of them. And what's sad about these protesters is they don't really know what they're doing. They're just kids, and who knows why they're even there? Who put them up to it? I don't know. But Ben Berquam went out there to talk to them. Let's see what he had to say.
Right. Hey, I heard there was going to be a few Antifa guys out here. We got a couple protesters right here. just need Jesus. So pray for the next generation, guys.
Amen.
Pray for them. Pray. You love Jesus?
Yes.
What's your name?
Oh, my name?
Yeah.
Patricia.
Patricia, I'm Ben. Lord, I pray for Patricia. Anyone else? You don't have to tell me your name. Do you want me to tell it? You want to say it? No pressure. Lord, I pray for Patricia and her friends. I pray for everyone that's going to be here at the DNC that's here right now. I pray for your wisdom, your favor. I pray against the principalities and powers of darkness that want evil to come from all of this. I pray that you wake up this generation, set them free, show them your purpose in their life, show them your joy in their life, show them that they all have a plan, that you've designed them, you've created them with a purpose. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen. That's what this generation needs. Humble yourself, find
Amen.
the Lord, find his purpose for your life. In Jesus' name. God bless you.
Amen. Amen. That was beautiful. It was beautiful to see that. Now, I want to play, we got Mancow's speech, which was really good. And then we've got my speech. So if you don't know Mancow Muller, you will after this. Mancow is an absolute legend in the radio industry. Mancow's Morning Madhouse. I grew up listening to Mancow. In fact, one of my very first radio interviews that I ever did was on Mancow's program years and years ago. It was a turning point in my political activism and my media career. And now I'm actually going to be going on his show talking more about all the things happening in this country. And I've actually become good friends with Mancow. It's really wild how these things come full circle. But let's go and let's take a look. Brian, if you want to cue up Mancow's video, and we will watch it together.
This is the lion's den. I hope you knew that before you tuned in. This is where the angels and the devils fight, and they're choosing up sides, all right? Me, I'm part man, part monkey, part mystery. And the angels and the devils are playing tug of war with my personality. Who will win? I say if Trump wins, Jesus Christ wins, God wins, and America wins. I can't even imagine what it's like to live out here. This is nice. I live in the prison state of Illinois. I don't know where this is. Hello, weirdos. Hello. I wasn't supposed to speak. I was supposed to bring up my buddy Roger Stone. But you get me instead. My name is Mancow. Very kind of you to remember. Thank you. Thank you. I've kind of been doing my John Galt impression by design. But anyway, it's so good to be here. So good to meet so many cool people. And yeah, you braved it when it was raining, and now it's lovely, and aren't you glad you did it? So, I was with Roger Stone. I'm going to get this from him. And I took him into a bookstore in Chicago. And he said, hey, do you have that new book by Donald Trump on immigration? And the first purple hair fat girl, she goes, get the hell out of here. He goes, that's the one. On your way in here, is it okay so far, Gary? Okay. He's going to give me the hook at any time. I'm too controversial. The WHO, have you guys heard the new announcement today about monkeypox? They urge you to wash your monkey before you have sex with it. So, very important. It's weird after they have that celebration with all the guys in leather spanking each other and the men dressed up reading to children. It's always weird that that's when there's a monkeypox outbreak. Isn't it just odd to you folks? What's the connection? Have you made it? Yeah, me neither. It's so bizarre. So very strange. I love you. Thank you. Weirdos. We are weirdos. We don't want our kids' genitals mutilated. We believe in God. We believe we should have borders. Our sacred borders mean something. Kamala, I mean, we feel like we're insane. I feel like I'm insane. Kamala, she had nothing to do with the border now. No, she owns it. It's her. And I saw an interview with her yesterday where she said she was brought up in a house. And, she was brought up in a communist household. And they asked her the one thing that she wanted. Did anyone hear it? She said freedom. And that's the one thing we're going to want after 4 years of Kamala. Freedom. Camel toe? Well, I love camel toe, but what are we talking about here, sir? Yeah. You know, the thing is, too, you walk around here, there's not one single person in this venue. Okay, look at this guy. He wants attention. Go ahead, wave at everybody, sir. Go ahead. Go ahead and wave. No, wave to them, not me.
Mancow, I want you to have that.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I'm weird, says the hat. Okay, I'll wear that. All right, weirdos. I'm not going to go much longer. But no, I'm just saying, walking around here, we didn't meet one person. I met one person gives two shiznits about race. I don't care that Kamala's black. I don't care what she is. I don't care that she's a woman. I was brought up in public schools where we were taught that MLK stood for character matters, not skin color. And you know what? I bought it. I believed it, and I still believe it. Character matters, not skin color, and there's not one person here that cares. And I'm just so sick of hearing it, getting it shoved down our throats. Living in Chicago with the race baiting I've had to go through, where you see Reverend Jackson with 4 people, and they film right behind his head. Reverend Jackson spoke today, and then when we had an anti-pandemic open the schools with 50,000 people, they didn't even cover it. You know, you're getting propaganda, you're getting garbage. So anyway, does skin color matter to any of you guys? And you know, they try to trap trouble with that all the time. And tampon Tim, do you think 4th grade boys need tampons? Yeah. We wrestle not with flesh and blood, but with spirit. We are fighting real demons. All the people here that have been saying praying to pray, it's great. I love the guy up here talking about child trafficking, something my wife and I fight against. And when will they free the people? Oh God Almighty, when? As this goes, the world goes, and I've heard it my whole life, man, going back to Carter. This is the most important election ever, and it's tedious, and it's, yeah, okay, every election is so important, but really, isn't this the one? Because you don't come back from communism, guys. It's generational, so this is it. And they're already planning, it looks like, with the monkeypox, all that, more of the pandemic lockdowns, all that stuff, and thanks to Gary for fighting that. And who's with me that Fauci should be in jail? Bill Gates should be in jail. I'd like to show you one finger I'd like to give Carl Schwab and where he can shove it. These globalist bastards that nobody voted for. Nobody voted for like Kamala. How does that happen? So all that civic stuff is all nonsense now that the communists are in. I miss the orange man. I miss mean tweets. Mean tweets. Who wants more mean tweets? Yeah. Yeah, guys, honestly, yeah, I like that you cheered for Fauci. I didn't know how that was going to go over. I like that you cheered for locking Fauci up. And I want to tell you something. I've had it up to here with Fauci. Up to here, you hear me? I love all of you. Let's get matching tattoos. Who's with me? Trump! God bless America. All right.
That was great, wasn't it? Oh, man, matching tattoos. Who's going to get them? Wow, that was a beautiful speech. So many speeches. And of course, yours truly gave a speech. And here it is.
Who here loves freedom? Who's willing to fight for freedom? Who loves Donald Trump? Let me hear you all the way down to Mar-a-Lago! Let me tell you a little bit something about myself. 20 years ago, I did not like what I saw on the news media. They were lying to us then, they're lying to us now. And I set out to do something about it. Little camera, some uploading to YouTube. Years later, 2 million followers, millions of views. 2016 election comes around, 70 million views in a month. Right after the election, media came out after me. New York Times, Washington Post, Forbes, The Guardian. You are fake news, they said. No, they are the fake news. And they don't like the fact that I can reach so many people. Right after the election, they said, we're not going to let this happen again. You may have heard of Project Veritas, Google whistleblowers coming out. We're not going to let another Trump situation happen, right? Remember that? Well, 2017, they changed the algorithm to distort your reality so that they could manipulate the search results. That's right. They got their finger on the scale of the search results, and we know it. But look around you, folks. Look around. This is the reality that we see. Not the reality you see in your algorithm and your news feed. No, this is the reality. We need to remember that. Let me tell you something. In the state of Texas, something huge is happening. This is big. In Silicon Valley, they are scared to death about what's about to happen. There's a committee down in Texas, the Texas Senate Committee on State Affairs. They called the Google whistleblowers in front, and they testified to how Google is manipulating search results. Remember, just about a week ago, you type in Donald Trump assassination, no results. Nothing comes up. They are burying the reality. Well, guess what? The state of Texas decided, and they voted unanimously in a bipartisan fashion, to have subpoena power to go after Google.
Yes.
Now listen to this. If you try to go after Google, anyone tries to go after Google, they're going to pull that case into their jurisdiction with their courtrooms and their rigged judges, and you'll never stand a chance. Get ready. Because now Texas is pulling them into their jurisdiction, and there's no escape! "20 months ago, my YouTube channel was demonetized. They are trying to choke my voice. But I am here! And I'm not going anywhere. So the next time you open up your smartphone, look me up. Look up Gary Franchi, Next News Network. Like, share, follow, subscribe, comment below. You know the thing. You know the thing. But guess what? We're not going to let them steal this next election. Kamala Harris comes out of nowhere? What? No votes? Really? Tim Walz? The guy who let them burn the cities? No. We're not going to let this happen, friends. So make sure you look around today, you make a friend, and when you see, let me just tell you just how important this is, because the algorithm is a powerful thing manipulating reality. You need to break the algorithm. You have the power in your hands. Who's got a cell phone? Hold it up. Hold it up. You have the power in your hands to make the reality that they don't want to see. So take this phone out of your pocket, record every moment, and make the reality. And when you see the links that come across in your newsfeed, question how they got there. The most important thing you can do is you have to avoid the algorithmic newsfeed. Send a text message. Grab a link, send it to a text, and then blast it out. Bypass the algorithm any way you can, because we cannot let them steal this next election by distorting our reality. Love you guys. Thank you. All right.
Wow. Wow, the energy there was amazing. I'm sure you guys could feel it. So as the echoes of our rally reverberate across the nation, one thing is crystal clear. First of all, Gary Rabine pulling off an amazing event. The security, the food, the people, absolutely amazing. My hat's off to him. But the spirit of America is alive and well in the heartland. But here's the multi-million-dollar question. Will this surge of patriotic fervor be enough to turn the tide? or is it just the opening salvo in a larger battle for the soul of our nation? One thing is for sure. The establishment ignores this at their own peril. So what do you think this means for the future of our movement? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because make no mistake, patriots, we're not just reporting the news, we are shaping the future of America. And go look up Mancow's channel and subscribe to it right now. All right, let's check in with everybody in the chat room and see. Oh, Dutch is in the house. What's up? I love that guy. No, I gotta say, I love that guy, because like his productions are so awesome. The tech that he deploys to break down like the geopolitical, the tectonic movements across the world, so cool. I have been following Dutch for a long time, and it's great to have him here. Who else is in the house here? Okay, so Drill says Crypto Bradley. There was a comment from Dutch. I see him. What did he say? Oh, it was during the speech. Oh, yes. He said, wow. Right on. That guy talking is Gary, says our boy. That's right. Jane says, nice, Gary. Wordsworth says, way to go, Gary. Mark says, nice, Gary. Karen, great job, Gary. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. You know, the fact that we have thousands of people watching this now, it only amplifies the message. That's why when you saw me on that stage and I raised my phone and I brought it up and I said, you know, there's a reason why you have this phone. And it's a powerful tool. I recorded Mancow's speech with my phone. Now, don't get me wrong. There were thousands of people who were at that event and watched it in real time. But now, just because I was there recording it with my phone, I was able to bring that message to an even further, wider audience. And that's why you need to record everything, present everything to the American people, so everybody knows what's happening. And when I mentioned about breaking the algorithm, we have to avoid letting these news feeds dictate what our reality is. We have to. And the only way to do that, like I said, when you see a link that comes across your news feed or comes across on you know, if you get a notification, if you're lucky enough to get a notification, grab that YouTube link and text message it to a friend. That's how you can bypass the manipulated reality, because now you're having a one-to-one conversation with a friend or a family member. And because it's coming directly from you, it's going to hold a lot more weight than what Mark Zuckerberg decides shows up in your Facebook feed. Okay, very important. Also, because X is a lot more of an open platform now, make sure you are following Next News Network on X. Make sure you're following Mancow on X. Make sure just go into my X feed on Next News Network and just see all the retweets and all the posts that I make. See the people I follow and follow them. And you'll be able to grow your influence by learning about what other people are saying in real time. That's why we do this show. Because I'm literally going through my news feed that is on X, which, like I said, is a lot more open than it ever was. We couldn't do this 3 years ago. Before Elon bought X, we couldn't do this because the feeds were so manipulated. So thank God for that, for sure. Okay, now I know this is what you've been waiting for, and I want to get into this next topic because there is a lot to cover here, and I want to get into it. And we're going to get into the most recent stuff that has occurred since I bookmarked all these posts. So let's get into it. Welcome to the Windy City, folks, where the Democrat National Convention is whipping up a perfect storm of political insanity. We're talking protesters flooding the streets, bizarre rituals inside the convention hall, and a leftist agenda that would make Karl Marx blush. But here's what the mainstream media won't tell you. We've got exclusive footage that will make your jaw drop, from land acknowledgements, I kid you not, vasectomy and abortion vans. Yes, this is not just a convention, it's a full-blown circus. The question is, are you ready for the freak show? Now listen up. While Chicago descends into DNC madness, smart drivers across America are protecting themselves on the road. I'm not just talking about political roadblocks. Drivers with dash cams are 60% less likely to be found at fault in accidents. It's like having a neutral witness 24/7. That is where Car Vision X comes in. We're talking 4K, Ultra HD, night vision, 24/7 motion detection. It is your high-tech bodyguard on wheels. Visit the link down in the description, carvisionx.com right now for free express shipping and bonuses during their summer special, because in a world where even political conventions can turn chaotic, evidence is your best defense. Okay, you ready for this? Okay, Socialists for Pritzker decided to post this video, and
oh my God, I can't believe what I'm witnessing. They're coming for Chelsea. What did she do wrong to these people? I'm witnessing an attack on our democracy. I didn't think it'd be me to see this. Oh my God, they're gonna ram it off the road. Oh my God, they're ramming it off the road. Holy shit. Oh my God, they rammed it off the road. Oh my God, Chelsea. Oh shit, look at that.
okay.
Oh my God.
Socialist for Pritzker posted that. Breaking: DNC day one did not stay peaceful for long as MAGA thugs harangue Chelsea Clinton as she enters Chicago. Now, the first problem with this video is that there are mountains. I can't really tell you where there's mountains in Chicago. That was the first red flag, because I saw this post. I said, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. And then, if you go into the post, whoops, readers added context. This is a modded version of the computer game Grand Theft Auto 5. So we have Socialists for Pritzker spreading an absolute lie. This video got 1.8 million views. And it was a video game. Look what it's depicting. Reckless MAGA pickup trucks ramming Chelsea Clinton off the road. That's how Socialists for Pritzker want you to think this DNC is kicking off. But let's see how it really is kicking off. This is before it even began. Free abortion on demand, everybody. This is right outside Trump Tower. Beautiful building. If you've ever stayed there, I encourage you to go there someday. And Jack Lombardi, the second, friend of mine, he posted this message. He said, my connection in Chicago's are saying that this is not even the start. Buckle up, CPD, God watch over our officers. Thousands of Democrat pro-Palestine protesters and rioters have flooded downtown Chicago to protest the DNC. Here it looks like they have shut down an entire street. There are cops everywhere, but the crowd now severely outnumbers them. Things are getting even crazier as it continues. Look at all those protesters. This is only the beginning. This is only day one. It continues. Charlie Kirk on the scene as well makes an interesting observation. Let's see what Charlie has discovered.
Hello, everybody. Live from beautiful Chicago, where the DNC is happening. You know, it's really amazing. Forever we've been saying, build the wall, we must build the wall. The wall has been built. But the wall is built at the Democrat National Convention in Chicago. You see, no wall for our country, no wall to prevent people from invading America, but there is a wall for your very rich, well-connected, plutocrat Democrats that want to have a party here in Chicago. It's amazing. They want to defund the police. I've never seen so many police in my life. It's quite amazing. And I'm told you need to get a photo ID to go into the DNC.
No.
So you can vote without a photo ID. You can come into America without a photo ID. But hey, we're going to build the wall to make sure the DNC is safe. We're going to have a fun week here in Chicago. God bless. Keep on following our social for more updates.
Wow. This Look at this. This was posted. Thousands of DNC protesters marching through Chicago. Absolutely. Look at it. You know, there was nothing like this at the RNC. Don't you find that interesting? That you have these radical leftists going and protesting Kamala Harris. Look at this. And it's only going to get worse as night falls. Mark my words. It goes on for miles. And as we've been covering here, as we've been tracking this, reports indicate 100,000 protesters have descended upon the city. 50,000 have been actually gone through a permitting process that they can track. Oh, and then you got this. Robert Malone posted this a day ago. In preparation for the convention, they've set up an abortion and vasectomy mobile, as we've told you. You've probably heard about this. And they've got a giant IUD on display. And he makes an important distinction that this is not a meme. This is a massive IUD on display at the convention. And then we've got this. The Chicago River dyed red. No, this is actually satire. If you know anything about Chicago, during St. Patrick's Day, the parade, they dye the river green. This is actually from the Babylon Bee, and obviously making a joke about, the abortion vans and their obsession with that. And this came out just the other day. Planned Parenthood. This has been circulating. Here we come, Chicago. Our mobile health clinic will be in the West Loop, providing free vasectomies and medication abortion. EC will also be available for free without an appointment. Reserve your spot today. 1.3 million views. Gunther Eagleman, this is disgusting. It's not too late for y'all to sign up for your 55th trimester abortions. This is disgusting and evil. Evil and demonic. We've reached a new low. Crazy. Now, Donald Trump, he's been active on X again, which is exciting. Now, of course, if you really want to get any taste of Donald Trump and his social media, you had to go to Truth Social, which is a great platform, and I encourage you to go there. But the fact that he's now publishing back on X has got everybody up in arms. And, of course, this picture he posted just a day ago shows a mock-up of Kamala Harris speaking at the DNC with all the communist imagery. And, of course, the media is losing their minds. Donald Trump posts a fake image of Kamala speaking in front of communists. Well, it's called satire. It's called a joke. It's a political cartoon. Get over it. But it's not that far from the truth, is it? Especially considering her policies. Oh, and get this. Now we got, this is of course, you knew this was going to happen, right? Former Republican Congressman Adam Kinzinger is going to be speaking at the DNC convention. Because, of course, the Republicans would never have him. This guy's a total joke. And taking a look back at Trump Tower, this was just last night. Ashley Stewart posting a view from my hotel room. Trump Tower. Chicago. And you can see right there, they are projecting. Now, my wife brought this to my attention too. And she said, this was the DNC actually projecting this. I said, no, this is probably just a bunch of activists. It's a pretty common thing. Activists set up a projector and they present an image on the screen or on a building. And I looked into it. Sure enough, this was not just some radical activists. This was the DNC, the Democrat Party themselves, projecting this Trump Vance weird as hell on the side of Trump Tower. Disgraceful. Health Ranger, he's weighing in. Something big's about to go down in Chicago. The number of protesters involved, nearly 100,000, is a military force in sheer numbers, and these are people who tend to use violence to get their way. Will they break into the convention and harm people? Let's pray that doesn't happen. And he's quote tweeting Nick Sortor. Thousands of police officers from multiple states have mobilized in Chicago to combat the expected riots tonight. So much joy in the air around the DNC. Look at this. Look at these visuals. Now, I have some friends who are down there, and I said, listen, I am not going to go put myself in the middle of that. But I do know some friends who are going to go, and they are going to go undercover. So we're waiting to see what kind of footage. Here we have, look at this. Savannah Hernandez posting this video. Protesters have been arrested outside the DNC. An Antifa member immediately breaks down the gate as another protester shouts. Look at that. They're breaking down the gate right there at the DNC. And this is in broad daylight, friends. They are not covered by the cloak of darkness yet. This is how brazen and bold they're getting. They break down the gate as another protester shouts, "We can save her," referring to one of the arrested protesters. Mike Lindell apparently going to be shaving his mustache and going incognito to the DNC. Is that right? Mike Lindell shaving his mustache? Let's see what he's saying here.
FrankSpeech.com. Everybody, we're live from Chicago on FrankSpeech.com. Go there now. It's my election summit, but also we have our great host, Rudy Giuliani, myself, and many others. We have people down in the streets, man on the street with the protesters, and I am going to be shaving my mustache and going to the DNC incognito. You can see all the footage over at FrankSpeech.com. Get there now. Thanks.
Oh, come on. We got to see a picture of this. We got to see a picture of this. Oh, no.
We hereby call the in-person portion of the 49th Quadrennial Democratic National Convention to order.
All right. The freak show is officially underway, my friends. Oh, that's just the beginning. This is just the beginning of the big party we've been waiting for. Now, I want to show this to you because I thought when I saw this morning, we can get to the Mark Hamill bit in a second, but we got some protesters on the street just saying ridiculous things. Here you have Tim Walz doing his little his practice run for coming out on stage. Just more cringe from the ticket there. Savannah Hernandez, day one protesters have already started gathering at Union Park across from United Center where the DNC is being held. This was 6 hours ago. Thousands of signs laid out, giant paper mache puppet of Killer Kamala currently being set up. The left is eating their own in real time. Pro-Israel counter-protesters showed up at the Chicago DNC. Things are getting interesting. Kyle Becker retweeting Frontlines. Turning Point USA, Savannah Hernandez, I'm guessing, is the source on this. I mean, what's happening in the Middle East spilling over onto the streets of Chicago at the DNC. It gets crazier and crazier. But I want to show you something that really just blew my mind when I saw this today. Where's that clip? Okay, so they actually did this bizarre ritual. The first page of the 2024 DNC platform is an apology for America's existence. They actually did a land acknowledgement. A land acknowledgement. The Democratic National Committee wishes to acknowledge that we gather together to state our values on lands that have been stewarded through many centuries by the ancestors and descendants of tribal nations. But you know what's funny about that? Last month, I made this video. It was a joke. But now it seems to have come true. Enjoy.
And many things. Hello and welcome to the 2024 Democratic National Convention. We have a great day ahead and many things prepared for you. First, we want to acknowledge that the United Center in Chicago is on lands traditionally occupied by the Sammamish, Duwamish, Snoqualmie, Suquamish, Muckleshoot, Snohomish, Tulalip, and other Lake Michigan peoples since time immemorial, who continue to honor and preserve their ancient heritage. I am Allison Wines, Senior Manager of Joe Biden's campaign on the Drag Queen Outreach Team. I am a woman, Asian and white with dark brown hair, and I am wearing a sleeveless red blouse.
I'm Seth Juarez, Campaign Manager for the Abortion Celebration Team. Tall, Hispanic, wearing a blue shirt and khaki pants. We're kicking off 2 days of learning about recent pronouns, exploring how to empower yourself with them to achieve great things and secure more voters for Joe Biden on these colonized lands.
I made that as a joke. And it actually came true. What do you know? But this is where we're at, folks. Now spotted 5 hours ago. Olia Scootercaster marched to shut down the DNC. Protesters from Communist International Stalinists gathering in Chicago's Union Park. Video by freedomnews.tv.
Please come to the front and grab a poster. Thank you so much. Chicago, make some noise!
And what's really strange about this, if you go to my X feed, you'll see some pictures I generated of Kamala Harris speaking in front of communist flags and rainbow flags. And here they are. I mean, you make something that's imaginary and it's just so close to the truth. And here we're witnessing it in real time. And there was an event, like a welcome party, a welcome event for the DNC. And this is really how it all got kicked off. Right? They're having a little speech, a little gathering, and then this happens.
Y'all can do better than that. Mike, the money!
150,000 people are dead. You are funding a genocide. The Harris-Biden administration keeps funding money to Israel.
So I guess she has a mask on because she's afraid of the monkeypox now. Look at this. More chaos. They are gonna tear Chicago apart tonight, folks. They are gonna tear it apart. BG on the scene. Tearing down the fences. They're already coming through. That was not too long ago. It just goes on and on. Owen Schroyer. I've been warning for years what these leftists would do to us if they got in power. They don't even hide it anymore. They know if a radical like Kamala gets in, it's their green light. Listen to this.
Oh, yeah. The Republican voters.
Only Republican voters.
I would love everybody who's a Republican to get down. When they say, oh, we hate America, no, we don't. We hate you. We love America. We hate you.
It's not good to hate anyone. I don't hate anyone.
Well, hey, let me ask you a question. If you were an elected official, do you think it might be a good idea to put these Republican Trump supporting QAnon voters in re-education facilities and stuff?
Yes. Yeah, re-educate them?
Yes. Well, yes.
No, I spent 4 days. I went into the court in his trial in New York, and I spent 4 days with these people.
We're trying to save them from themselves.
I'm sorry, but the people are crazy.
I know what we want.
I mean, I am serious. I'm not being facetious. I am seriously concerned.
Let's take a look. Okay, so here's the schedule of speakers. This is the lineup. Tonight we've got President Joe Biden and the First Lady. It'll probably be Biden's last official public speech he ever gives. He might even resign from the presidency tonight and hand Kamala the crown. Tuesday, the second gentleman, Doug Emhoff and Barack Obama, gracing the stage. Wednesday, you got Governor Tim Walz and Slick Willie. Thursday, you've got Kamala, Vice President, and Adam Kinzinger. What a nice dynamic duo there. Also Monday, you got Hillary Clinton, I guess. She'll be there. As well, Tuesday, you got Michelle Obama and Jelly Boy Pritzker. Nancy Pelosi and Secretary Pete Buttigieg. He'll be there. And lots of good times going on. Should we check? Should we check to see exactly what's going on? Okay, let's look. Let's look DNC Chicago and find out exactly what the latest crazy is going on right now. This is the latest breaking news. DNC Chicago. DNC protests begin. What? The Soul Children of Chicago National Anthem? Okay. Let's see if there's any good video. Oh, this is 3 hours ago.
Shame on you, kid. Our government, shame on you, kid. Shame on you, kid. Yo, shame on you, kid. Fuck you. Chuck, fuck you, kid.
Oh.
Fuck you, kid. Didn't see it. Fuck you, kid. Fuck off, big odd kid. Your nose broken, kid. You lose a fight, you stupid fucking kid. Your face is fucked up, kid. Fuck you.
Do you know how much restraint it takes to hold back against these vile individuals? My hat's off to the Chicago Police Department for being able to withstand this. But this is only the beginning. Look at this line. Holy cow. I'm not sure what this is. We'll call that a, I don't know, palate cleanser. Tim Walz was just introduced as the Command Sergeant Major at the DNC. What's this?
Officers have been called in. I've heard that, or I'm outside the United Center right now, and officers have been called in. I've heard that they're going to potentially deploy some gas right now, but easily more than 100 Chicago police officers now lined up right outside the United Center after the activists ripped down fencing, several people arrested, so not sure how this is all going to end.
You ready for gas?
It's going to end badly.
They just said get ready for gas.
Yeah. Off of...
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I mean, these visuals are like straight out of 1968. The trees, the uniforms, the helmets. We've been saying this is going to happen, but I didn't want to believe it, but here we are. Julio Rosas, DNC protester arrested as police clear the area where breaches occurred. He said, "You made me shit my pants." That's what he's screaming.
What the fuck did I do?
It's going to be a long night in that cell.
I would love everybody who's a Republican to get down. When they say...
I'm pointing to the direction of what I believe is the Capitol.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. What is this? Welcome to DNC Week. City of Chicago is prepared for massive riots, looting, and violence. Let me be clear, this didn't happen at the RNC. It didn't. It did not happen at the RNC.
Protesting. This isn't Republicans. This isn't MAGA. This isn't Republicans trying to break into the DNC. This is Democrats fighting amongst each other. They're all protesting the Kamala Harris DNC, getting her inaugurated, or getting her elected, I guess, officially. And they hate it. I asked all these people, are they voting for Kamala Harris? They've said no. And this is an internal war. It's going to help out Republicans tremendously. Democrats, you're in shambles right now. What's going on here? I have never in my life saw this at a Republican rally, but behind me you have Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. I don't know if that is that also Kamala Harris. I have no clue. But look at the fangs coming off of them. Look at the blood dripping down them. I don't know if they're like dead or if they just really dislike Joe Biden. But point of this being, you don't see this at any Republican rallies, any Republican protests, which we really don't even have protests, but they do. And this is what you see. They have never been more divided than they are right now. Look at this behind me. I don't know what else to say.
I don't know what to say either. That's at Diddle TV with that clip. Here's more. Tenet Media, Drew Hernandez. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this line of police officers. Wow.
We saved the best for last. We go back to Chicago, where in minutes the Democratic National Convention gets underway. My dear friend Joy Reid is there, and she joins us. Tell me
Joy's
everything.
here.
I'll tell you everything. I'm going to sum up what I have felt since we landed, Nicole, in this wonderful, beautiful city. Exuberance, joy.
With all that going outside. Now, if you were watching us last week, you would have remembered that we said that the talking points went out to the media, ignore the chaos outside, focus on the messaging inside. And here we have Joy Reid. Oh, the joy and the exuberance. Oh, yeah. Wait till night falls, Joy.
I have not, and we were just talking about this a little while ago, I have not seen so many Democrats laugh, smile, sing. I mean, there's a song in the air. I don't know if you can hear me behind me, but there's like a little bit of music playing. People are literally dancing to the tunes in their own head. I think Democrats today...
No, it looks more like this, Joy. Or it looks like this. Yeah, it looks like this, Joy. This is what it looks like, Joy. This is what they're not going to show you on MSNBC. Okay?
We saved the best.
Democrats laugh, smile, sing. I mean, there is a song in the air. I don't know if you can hear me behind me, but there's like a little bit of music playing. People are literally dancing to the tunes in their own head. I think Democrats today, they feel a kind of joy and a kind of relief that I personally have not seen.
I'm living in clown world right now.
You know, it's been a constant slog. And as much as people, I think, adore Joe Biden, they love him. He is beloved in this party. And people were prepared to fight like junkyard dogs to get him over the finish line. There's a sense that it'll be a fight, but it'll be a joyous fight now. It won't be a slog.
It's going to be a fight. It's going to be a fight, Joy. It is going to be a fight. Oh, here's some of that fight happening right now, Joy. They're just taking the fencing down with them. Oh, yeah, Joy.
What's going on with the migrant crisis here?
It's going to get worse. Oh, here's some more joy. Here's some more joy, Joy. Oh. So, friends, let me point something out. You're not going to see this on the news. They're not going to broadcast this to you. We'll broadcast it to you. Make sure you're following us. We're going to follow this all week. It's going to be totally chaos. Can't wait to see some of the wild speeches and the people that bring up on stage. So as the curtain falls on this spectacle in Chicago, we are left with more questions and answers. Is this convention a preview of America's future under Democrat leadership? Or is it the last gasp of a party desperately clinging to power? From the protests in the streets to the bizarre rituals inside, one thing is for certain: the political landscape is shifting beneath our feet. So what do you think this means for the future of our country? Share your thoughts down below, because the aftershocks of this convention could reshape America for generations to come. And your voice matters now more than ever. So stay vigilant, patriots, because this clown show is far from over. Good God. Wow. Okay. What do we got going on now? Let's keep going. What do you guys think about it? Comment. Drop a comment. Let's see what the chat. Let's go to chat. Chat, what do you think? Maybe the gangs will rob the protesters. Look it up. Joy. What does it say? Ask Dutch Sense about the aftershocks. Yeah, there's going to be aftershocks in D.C. and in Chicago. Look it up. The joy messaging is commie code. Dems take over, no future. Moving vans. Yes, moving vans were spotted outside of the White House today. It's not sure if they were moving vans or if maybe it was a rental company dropping off some materials. I tend to think it was the latter. I'm just trying to be like somewhat, logical here. Dale. Spot on, Dale. You know what? I wanted to bring that up during the report. I wanted to bring it up, but you bringing it up for me right here. What do you say? MSNBC. Let's bring it up. MSNBC. Probably coming to you live from New York. How come it didn't show? It should show now. There we go. MSNBC probably coming to you live from New York. If you remember during the RNC, they didn't even have the guts to show up in Milwaukee. But now they're hearing the joy and the music. They had LED screens behind them projecting the convention floor. But now Joy, she feels safe enough she can actually show up in Chicago and pretend like nothing's happening outside. Oh boy. Keeps going, man. What else we got? If the Democrats get power, again, they'll know not what to do next time. No Democrats ever in office, says Leland. Linda Miller. She says summer of love in Chicago. Yeah, that's what this is. This is the summer of love. But how about those visuals? The visuals from those protesters. I mean, the police officers lining up. It looked just like 1968, like those old videos you saw. Oh, are you serious? Oh boy. Yep. Here it is. Brian, bring up the triple box so everyone can see. Drag Pack, a pro-Kamala pack created by drag queens, is holding a massive drag show in Chicago during the DNC. They're also trying to register voters at the show. Yeah. Drag night. My Lord. A man with a Hezbollah arm patch is currently marching with the pro-Hamas wing of the Democrat Party at the DNC convention. And he's wearing militant clothing. There's going to be a lot more news to come out of this. A lot more news. I want you guys to know, right after this show, we got a lot of people watching right now. Right after the show, we are going live on Mancow's channel. Mancow, legendary Chicago radio host, does a podcast every Monday night. We're going live on his show, and that is going to be in just about 30 minutes. So I want to make sure you guys are able to watch that and join me with Mancow and get his perspective on all this lunacy. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to talk about. I can imagine it's going to be a lot of the things we're talking about here. Mancow gave a speech yesterday in McHenry County, at the fairgrounds there with Gary Rabine's group. Really amazing event. I was able to grace the stage there as well. Charlie Kirk and Mike Lindell, a bunch of people spoke there. So Mancow, we're going to be going live with him. And if you just stick around on this channel, we've got it set up so it's automatically just going to click over to Mancow's channel. You'll be on his channel. You don't even have to go anywhere. It'll just automatically change to his channel. And when you get there, make sure you subscribe right away. Okay? We need to get all hands on deck to get. I really want to help Mancow boost his numbers on his show, boost the visibility on his show. He's having as much trouble as I am with the censorship and on the social media, the shadow banning. He's having a hell of a time. So we've got to take the momentum we have here, and we've got to get behind Mancow. We've got to help him get his show up. I've told you this before. Mancow, I used to listen to him in the morning. On my way to work, 9/11, driving to work. I learned about that day on his show. I thought it was a joke he was pulling. Thankfully, I mean, not thankfully, but it ended up not being a joke. So I want to make sure you guys get over there, check him out. So we got another show. We got another story we got to get to right now. I got to pull it up. And then if we have time, we'll go back and check the latest from the DNC, because it is just popping off and the sun is going to be setting soon. And that is when absolute hell is going to break loose in Chicago. So buckle up. This next story, we're going to talk about what's going on with Kamala and some of this just bizarre stuff that she's doing on the campaign trail. We got some Tim Walz clips. We've got reaction from consumers. Of course, we got the monkeypox stuff going on. So a lot of good information we're going to share with you in this next clip. So we want to make sure you stick around for this and then come with us over to Mancow's show. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2024 Battle Royale is shaping up, and it's a doozy. In this corner, we have the presumptive Democrat nominee Kamala Harris, fresh from a staged Doritos buy that went worse than a gas station sushi dinner. And in the other corner, we have the GOP golden boy Donald Trump riding high on polls and packing arenas like it's 2016 all over again. But here's the question. Is this landslide of support for Trump a crystal ball for 2024? Or is Kamala playing possum while the DNC pulls strings behind the curtain? Now listen up. While the 2024 race heats up, smart investors are looking at a different kind of future. I'm talking about copper. World Copper Limited is sitting on a gold mine, 7 million tons of copper to be exact. We're talking about potential revenue of over $200 million before full production even begins. So as green tech demand soars, so will copper prices. It's like knowing the election results before a single vote is cast. World Copper, it trades as WCU on the TSX Venture and WCUFF on the OTC. Remember, always do your own research, because in politics and investing, foresight is your most valuable asset. You'll find the link to their whole proposal down in the description. Now let's jump into it. Health Ranger, right off the bat, just a few hours ago. He calls this 100% theater. And that is exactly what it is. Political theater. This is just pure cringe. Kamala Harris and Tim Walz got caught staging their Doritos purchase at a Sheetz in Pennsylvania. What makes it even worse is they filmed this event twice, and Kamala Harris requested corn nuts in the video she released, and Tim Walz gave her Doritos instead, so they improvised. This is the problem when you create a script. If someone doesn't follow it, you make a fool of yourself. Let's watch.
Ah, Dougie, there they are. Yeah. Thank you.
I know you want those.
Oh,
Dougie.
You see corn nuts over there,
Isn't this
Tim?
it?
Oh, yeah,
that's the big. There you go.
Wow. Take two. Take two. Yeah, completely staged. Salty Cracker weighing in. What's up, Salty Army? In California, our Doritos are $20 a bag and locked behind glass because of her policies. And Tim Walz writing, some kind of folksy little tweet here. Every road trip needs a snack break. Doritos acquired. I got you, Kamala. Right. But meanwhile, in Illinois, Steve Cortez posted this. He says, watch this Illinois grocery store owner rip Kamala Harris Marxist price-fixing scheme. You heard about this, right? We've covered it here. Reporter, you've been in the grocery game. When you heard about Kamala's plan to fix prices, what went through your head?
You've been in the grocery game. When you heard about Harris's idea to fix prices and to stop price gouging, what went through your head?
I just thought she was trying to throw things against the wall to see what's going to stick. And they can't really squeeze too much more between that and then the minimum wage hikes that we get. Nothing else. It can't go.
You were talking to me about the different factors that go into changing prices in the grocery store. What have you been seeing? I know eggs have been a hot topic throughout the past few years that have contributed to this that she's not really looking at when creating this plan.
Exactly. I mean, you have to be able to raise and lower prices as they come in. I mean, the eggs go up and down maybe every week. And like we said, we had the commodity eggs that came in, and there's, because of the avian flu, there's no supply. So actually the farm-raised eggs are almost at that price level now for selling. We can adjust that. If you have fixed prices, what do? And the government's going to come in and say, you're out of line, they write a fine. You can't do it like that. So you have to, as a grocer, you have to be able to adjust daily.
Thank you, Barb. Good to see you.
Yeah. And Kamala's America ain't going to look like that. Now, J.D. Vance weighing in, Donald Trump Jr. posting.
Service is before the end of the campaign, Tim Walz is going to be talking about how he was carrying an M16 through the jungles of Vietnam. But this guy, everything that comes out of his mouth about his military service is at least 25% a lie. And, it occurred to me, the closest Tim Walz has ever come to combat, even though he says he carried a weapon in war, the closest Tim Walz has ever come to combat is when he let rioters burn Minneapolis to the ground a few years ago, right?
Yep, 100% agree with that. Now, staying in this topic of the price fixing, let's listen.
That's how you get. Here's what I think the right message is and why.
This is the former SEC chairman, Jay Clayton, on Kamala's Soviet-style price-fixing scheme, calling it absolute lunacy. Listen.
Here's what I think the right message is and why I expect that the Trump message is going to be more appealing when you look at it closely, which is, where does growth come from? Growth can come from a couple of things. Energy. If we have lower energy costs, that's going to reduce the impact on consumers. It's also going to foster growth. If we continue to be tech leaders, when we're tech leaders, we get the benefit of growth around the globe. We only have 360 million people. There's 8 billion people in the world. When they get hooked in to a digital economy, we all benefit greatly. Capital allocation. We're better at allocating capital than anybody else in the world. 4% of the world population, we allocate over 50% of the world's government. Focus on those things and competence in government. That's how you get real growth. That's how you get real wage growth for the people in the middle 80% of the economy. Yeah. This idea that you're going to go out and sort of say some prices are good and some prices are bad, right. It's lunacy. But
it is lunacy. Continuing with our coverage of the lunacy, Ian Yeager posting, the World Health Organization reportedly instructed world governments to prepare for lockdowns due to monkeypox outbreak. It did get community noted that as of August 14th, they have declared monkeypox to be an international public health emergency, but not called for such lockdowns. Not yet. Now, let's see. There was, in this clip here is Trump War Room posting. Oh, Jesse Jackson's in a wheelchair now? DNC just gave standing ovation to Reverend Jesse Jackson. Well, there was a clip here. What? Holy cow. Captured video of Thomas Crooks. Totally catching me off guard right now. There he is. Wow, I'm going to go ahead and bookmark that one. It's amazing what just pops up in your feed sometimes. But I missed the clip. There was a clip of pretty much empty seats at the DNC, probably as they were getting started. But take a look at this shot from the rally in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Standing room only. One America News posting this. Nick Sortor tweeting the video. Look at that. Look at that audience. Look at that crowd. Look at that crowd. And I'm willing to bet that they weren't responding to a Craigslist ad either. Here's some good news. Let's get to some more good news. Donald Trump is destroying Kamala Harris on social media. It is not even close. Donald Trump posting this to his Truth Social. 48-hour review, policy TikToks. Donald Trump, 100 plus million impressions on all platforms in 48 hours. President Trump, 31.7 million views. Kamala Harris, 975,000 views in TikTok on 48 hours. Not bad. Not bad at all. Here's some more good news for you. This was published. Adam Lowitz, a friend of mine, he says, OMG, Kamala is tanking her own campaign by appealing to progressives. She picked a very left-wing VP. She wants to seize patents, put price controls on every other thing, and hand out $25,000 to people by stealing from others. No wonder she came in last place in the 2020 primary. Trump leads Harris by 4% nationally. This is according to Election Time. Rasmussen poll conducted this. They have consistently been among the most accurate in both 2016 and 2020. Looks like the number of people polled, 1,800 people between the dates of August 8th and the 14th. Donald Trump is still leading. Obviously not as big as it was with Joe Biden, as we've been talking about that previously. Trump was just trouncing Biden. They bring in Kamala to close the gap so that when the steal occurs, it doesn't look as obvious. It's the steal is more believable to the general public who watches CNN and MSNBC, or just isn't generally paying attention at all, or just don't even care. But you care. Another interesting point here. Kamala walked into a convenience store. This is going back to the original video here. Looking for the President Trump experience. Remember, President Trump just makes these impromptu stops. Buys everyone burgers, pizzas, milkshakes, whatever. Kamala walks into a convenience store looking for that experience, and no one cared. And there were some reports that they kicked everybody out so they could film this thing without any, because they want it scripted. They want it controlled. Oh, this is great too. This is great. Jack Posobiec posting this. I'm going to ask you guys, what is she saying here? What is the answer that Kamala Harris is actually saying here? Listen to the question and listen to her answer. 100% word salad.
Yeah. Can you explain how you're going to pay for those? And can you give us a sense of what other policies you want to unveil going forward?
Sure.
If you didn't hear that, he asked, you unveiled your economic policies last week. Can you tell us how we're going to pay for it?
I mean, you just look at it in terms of what we are talking about, for example, around children and the child tax credit and extending the EITC. It's at $6,000 for the first year of a child's life. The return on that investment in terms of what that will do and what it will pay for will be tremendous. We've seen it when we did it the first year of our administration. We reduced child poverty by over 50%. So that's a lot of the work. And then what we're doing in terms of the tax credits, we know that there's a great return on that investment. And when we increase home ownership in America, what that means in terms of increasing the tax base, not to mention property tax base, what that does to fund schools, again, return on investment. I think it's a mistake for any person who talks about public policy to not critically evaluate how you measure the return on investment. When you are strengthening neighborhoods, strengthening communities, and in particular the economy of those communities, and investing in a broad-based economy, everybody benefits, and it pays for itself.
It pays for itself. It pays for itself. That's what she's trying to say. Oh, really? No. She's just trying to say, oh, because it's going to get better here, it's going to get better everywhere. That is communism. But she doesn't really answer the question. This is par for the course for Kamala Harris. And this was totally bizarre. Saw this today. Alex Jones, Putin just dropped a bombshell decree inviting people from across the globe who are fed up with the globalist neoliberal nightmare to seek sanctuary in traditional Russia. This new decree blows the lid off the establishment's agenda by letting freedom-loving folks bypass the usual bureaucratic nonsense like language tests or history exams if you're ready to reject the insane policies of your home countries that push the destructive anti-human neoliberal agendas. Russia is rolling out the red carpet. The Russian government's about to compile a list of countries poisoning minds with these twisted ideals, and the foreign ministry is gearing up to issue visas to true patriots as soon as September. It's time to stand up for spiritual and moral values. Russia. Didn't see that coming today. Donald Trump weighing in. Crime in America is out of control. I'm going to make it. Along with the economy, inflation, strong borders, and energy dominance, my top priority. Democrats are holding their convention in Chicago in order to showcase it, and yet 117 people were shot, 17 killed on the 4th of July weekend, 40 were shot this weekend. It's a war zone and will be handled accordingly. I will bring crime in America down to a tiny fraction of what it is today. Mothers will no longer be losing their children because weak liberal politicians have given up on securing crime. Free USA. I will stop violent crime in America. Laura Loomer posting this. New CBS poll out this morning has President Trump leading Kamala Harris on the major issues. Thank God. And this is CBS, mind you. The choice for president, a major factor in the vote, the economy, inflation, U.S.-Mexico border. President Trump, 56, 61, 76% on the border. Harris, 43, 38, 24%. See, these are the issues that people care about. Not bathrooms. Okay? Not the drag queens. Not abortion. They care about how they're going to pay for their meals, how they're going to pay their mortgage, how they're going to put gas in the car to get to work. That's what matters, folks. Not these staged moments.
You have There they are.
No, there they are. Oh, I love you so much. Creepy, cringy. So as we look ahead to the 2024 contests, the contrast couldn't be starker. Trump's leading in the polls, dominating social media, promising to tackle everything from crime to border security. Kamala, well, she's fumbling through convenience stores, pushing price controls that have economists reaching for the antacids and delivering speeches that sound like they were written by a malfunctioning AI. But here's the multi-million-dollar question. Are we witnessing the early stages of a Trump landslide, or is the DNC playing 4D chess while we're all distracted by Dorito-gate? What is your prediction for 2024? Drop your election forecast in the comments below, because in this high-stakes political poker game, your voice could be the wild card that changes everything. Stay tuned, Patriots. This race is just getting started, and it's going to be one for the history books. Okay, folks. I've only got a few more minutes, and I need to take a little break before I get on Mancow's show. And I do want to get back into the topics where, I do want to check back in on the DNC, see if there's anything else that's crazy breaking off here. But what are your thoughts on Dorito-gate? Give me a freaking break. Fix your Rumble, he says. I tried to fix my Rumble, but they can't fix it themselves. They don't know how to program over there. Okay? They don't. When I signed up for Rumble, I signed up and got an account, and then now I've got two accounts, and one shows up with no videos, the other one shows up with all of our videos. Makes no sense. It is what it is. There it is. I guess I'll just leave you with this picture. Protests outside the convention hall during Democrat National Convention. This is where we're at right now, folks. We're going to continue to follow this. Crazy story. It's going to be a wild week. Oh, yes. Don't forget the corn pops. Don't forget the corn pops. So, Patriots, we have covered a lot of ground tonight. If your head isn't spinning, you have not been paying attention. From the GOP's too little, too late impeachment push that might just hand Kamala the keys to the Oval Office to our fired-up rally in McHenry County, Illinois. It's got the establishment sweating bullets. We've pulled back the curtain on the DNC's Chicago circus, complete with protests, bizarre rituals, and enough leftist lunacy to make Karl Marx blush. Let's not forget the 2024 events, Trump versus Kamala. The showdown is looking more lopsided than a toddler's crayon drawing. But here's the thing, folks. This is not just news. It's a call to action. The political elite think they can play chess with our future, but we are flipping the board. So here's what you can do. First, stick around because I'm going to be going live with Mancow in just a few minutes. Just hang on this channel, and when we're ready, it's just going to flip right over to the Mancow channel. Share this stream, share Mancow's stream, text it, tweet it, skywrite it if you have to. Let's make the mainstream media's head spin with our reach. And don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comments below, because make no mistake, we're not just reporting the news, we're shaping the future of America. And in this fight for the soul of our nation, your voice is the secret weapon they never saw coming. So this is Gary Franchi reminding you, the truth doesn't take weekends off, and neither do we. So stay vigilant, stay informed, and we will see you next time, just a few minutes from now, on the Mancow Show. And remember, the fight for America continues. We'll see you at the Mancow Show.